we have to make little more effort. Happy Independence Day, David. Yes, happy Independence Day to every Indian. I'm half Indian and half US, but citizen here, so happy Independence Day. Thank you. So we have to make a little more effort to become a seeker. Why? Uh, I'm bringing the Karma Yoga to make you understand in day-to-day life. That is why it is taking some time. So there are normally three problems our master speaks of, that you have been doing the practice, you have been listening to the teacher maybe for years. I told you, huh? At present, all the three Indians have been listening to me almost for 15, 20 years. So either the teacher is crazy, or complete your sentence. Complete your sentence. Why should I say? So normally there are three fundamental problems we suffer in this journey, even after years and years of study, learning, doing the practice. So mind is not able to absorb deeper into meditation. So many years of study. Suffering continues. So we have to work on the mind. We have to realize this, we have to work on the mind. We have not to blame others. No, honey is not sparing the time, not giving me time, always disturbs. No, this will not work. This is the first problem. Second problem, that if you have been doing the practice for years together, honey, family, society, workplace, says, you see, look at this guy. He has been doing the practice, no change. People will make fun of you. Are you understanding that? People will definitely make fun of you, and then you will be frustrated. So I'm not able to convert my meditation state into the Karma Yoga, into my thought, into my speech, into my action. Majority of you might have heard last year, do you think I'm not a seeker? That proves that you are not a seeker. Why you are fighting with me? Are you seeing? Huh? You may remember, I don't want to name it, and you already know what I said. You see the in-depth understanding of this journey. And the third, you may say it's a bigger problem, not for me and not for the teachers in this Eastern wisdom. It sets a bad example to the traditional wisdom. Bring bad name to the teacher, teaching, knowledge. So we have to make a little more effort in all the three directions. I had a couple last year, and she said, my husband will change. I said, your husband is not attending any session, but if you change, your husband will definitely change. That I promise you. You bring about a change in your, that is the part of the Karma Yoga. I'm bringing that meditation into my daily living, into my thought, into my speech, into my action. And it happened after 7 or 8 months. She is a wonderful employee in some business, and gradually she realized that it is people are setting a bad example on me because I have been doing the practice, but I am not able to change my behavior and attitude and expression in my daily life, at workplace, in the family, in relationship to the higher. Now ask yourself why it happens. Intellectual level, we got rid of raga and dvesha, means the likes and dislikes. From where the likes and dislike comes, from the impressions in the mind. Where the impression comes, the impressions are born out of my experiences. From where the experiences comes, the way I lived my life since my birth, the way I used to react. So there are millions of impressions. So why I said make little more effort means I have to remove this likes and dislikes that is causing attachment and detachment. I was just talking to Brandy just now. So I have to bring about a change. Now, you see the logical. Now, what is the way? Continuous listening and learning. Continuous listening, learning, contemplation and reflection. One day you will find the same situation enters in your life and your mind says, okay, you have a bigger smile and you say, okay, leave it. No issue. No issue. That is a glimpse, that is a spark of awakening. It gives you the clarity. Oh, I'm not a guy, who remains attached on small things. Leave it. So that is the power of listening. That is why we say, I don't know, let me know it. Now see what happens in listening. We are going subtler and subtler. Are we doing karma yoga while listening? Yes. We are listening and learning, contemplating and reflecting, followed by the practice. Ego is not involved. And what is the desire? Desire for peace is there. Let that desire for peace and happiness be there. Ego is not involved. That is the power of listening, contemplation, reflection, attending the session. Remember those three problems, Near and the dear ones whispers, so that you listen little bit, they point you out. Look at this guy, he has been doing meditation and no change. No change. So we are not concerned, it's bringing a bad name. So what happens? Because now in your family, in your relations, people will never practice meditation. Because they have seen you. You have set an example. I've been doing it for 20 years. No, it will not work. You are repeating 1 year of your experience with the same behavior and attitude for 19 years. That is why you are claiming you have 20 years of practice. It will not work. And that is why we share our experiences. Come out, share your experiences openly. Not happening. So we will work on that. So you see that it is when you are in the session, ego is not involved, desire for peace is there. So let it be. Why? Because we are working on what we want. What is Eastern wisdom? It helps us to realize what we do not want, how to drop what we do not want. It helps us how to bring about a change and remove these three problems. Then I enjoy freedom, contentment, comfort, carefree. Eastern wisdom promises freedom to a qualified seeker. I have been telling you. And any human being can be qualified. Any human. It's not that, you are not selected in Ivy League colleges, you are not selected in MIT. There comes a human error. You see that Bill Gates didn't study where he is. Steve Jobs. Perhaps Steve Jobs also did not attend any MIT or any Ivy League colleges. Well, Elon Musk. So we can increase the IQ in any way possible. Someone left doing MBA and joined here. What do you mean by a qualified seeker? You receive, you retain, you assimilate the knowledge, you bring it into your lifestyle. So when you bring it into the lifestyle, can you remember? I told you, does the sun rise in the morning? It's a false notion. You accept that, then there is a bad morning and good morning. You say, my honey is crazy, so you have now set a path not to be a seeker. Why to keep that? Why? So you negate the false notion, you will see your behavior and attitude changes instantly. Instantly. So now let us go a little deeper again, what it has to do with the karma yoga. My inner impressions are driving me to work. I am not aware of those inner impressions caused by the attachment and detachment. That is known as ignorance is the first step. From the ignorance comes the desire, and from the desire that prompts me to do the karma, I do the karma differently than expected, than what the Eastern wisdom says. Remember, avidya means ignorance. It prompts me for a desire supported by ego and the fruits of an action, and then I perform the karma with attachment and detachment. All the three factors together is nothing but law of karma. Now you see, we are coming there. When we redefine our action, so we are reversing. So first is ignorance, second is the desire, we are not aware, third is the karma. So now we reversing. Let us understand the karma. Redefine the karma. So when we redefine the karma, we must know the motivation of that karma. What is the intent? So when I start exploring the intent, does that intent has to do with attachment and detachment? Can I remove it? I have started purifying the mind. Are you getting it? Say yes, you're getting it. You all are seekers here. When we do not know this principle, we keep generating and accumulating impressions that causes suffering in our personal, professional, social life. And that causes the problem. So why I said make a little more effort, understand the three basic problems in the life of a seeker. Years of the study, the mind is get frustrated. What I should do. I told you I did it for 26 years. I'm still doing. years of study, no result, it means I have to work on the mind. Mind is still working on me in my thought, speech, and action. Second is, you set a bad example in your life with your people. People will laugh at you. It might have happened. It might have happened. Why you are wasting time? People will laugh at you, and third is the way it sets a bad example to the teacher, to the knowledge, and to the entire Eastern wisdom. So based on your example, people will not be inclined to practice meditation at all. Do you see that? So how long it will take depends on you. Depends on you. You are in a kindergarten as a seeker. So you have an intellectual understanding of what should be done, how to bring the peace and happiness in my life, in my thought, speech, and action. But the moment you enter into the life, your mind returns to the same habit, same impulsive actions. It will not work. What is the reason? Raga and Dvesha, attachment and detachment. From where it comes? They are the old impressions. From where the old impression comes? They are born out of your experiences. From where the experiences comes? Since our birth. Continuous listening and learning, contemplation, reflection practice is the way to remove. And even if you keep on listening, we need not to increase our IQ. You keep on listening, followed by you think over it. Today I request you to analyze. You will realize we human beings are non-thinkers. No. I don't agree with you. We are carried away by the thoughts from the past. Every time you look at your honey, okay, you have certain things you are holding on and certain things you are open. I can bet you. It's a wrong notion. It is the same as sunrises in the morning. Do you see that? When I am able to see that, I become a higher level of a seeker. And that's where the karma yoga enters. And I told you, Eastern wisdom simply says, do you want to be free from what do you not want? Look at this. How I'm expressing what I do not want. Do I want anxiety, duality, conflict, attachment, duality, conflict, delusion? No. This is what the Eastern wisdom is teaching. So when he says, do you think that I'm not a seeker? No. How dare I say, you are a great seeker. But the way you have expressed it proves. So you are living at a lower level of ignorance. You are not aware. See? So that is how we work. Oh, you claim you are a seeker. Very good. So I told you that in Shravanam, your mind changes. You receive, you retain, you assimilate that knowledge. First inside, then it is expressed. Outside is the way. Then remember, the moment you remember the law of karma, it's a cycle of ignorance. Law of karma. Ignorance Ignorance prompts me to have a desire seeking something outside. So when I'm seeking something outside, it will be prompted me to act. So there we are going to change that karma yoga. I should become aware of the karma. Action. What should I do? How should I do? Where should I do? And if we do not break this cycle of ignorance, desire, followed by the action that is dictated by the ego and the fruits of an action, this is going to cause continuous problem, continuous suffering. One master used to say it causes 50% more problems than when you are trying to resolve the problem. Because you are trying to resolve the problem by attachment and detachment. But karma is life and life is karma. So I have to perform all these actions. Now Master brings another very subtle understanding for which we have to be aware. We are aware of voluntary and involuntary karmas in our life. So get rid of all the classifications that I discussed last time. Become aware. What are the voluntary and involuntary karmas? Actions, activities. There is no sense of doership in involuntary karmas, actions like eating, drinking, sleeping. Do you build your ego while sleeping? Oh, I had a wonderful sleep. Have you ever said, don't you think that I had a wonderful sleep? What do you mean? I have no hunger now. I ate my food of my choice. Do you have an ego? See that? You should appreciate those teachers, how these masters have observed. They had such a keen observation. We eat food, we don't digest the food. Do you have an ego? Oh, let me sit and digest the food. Have you ever said this? Look at this, involuntary karmas. There is no ego. You all are seekers, so it becomes easy for you to understand. I can speak English, you see that? Ah, I know that. Why you are saying, repeating it again and again. Karmas, actions such as breathing, beating of the heart, blinking of the eyelids are involuntary. We don't build any ego. Oh, if we put artificial eyebrows, that builds ego. Blinking, you see, look at the entire vast space in which we live. Drinking water, no ego. Sleeping, going to the restroom. Essential for survival, and there is no ego. All karmas are done involuntarily. Why to worry? We are talking and eating, but we never say, let me sit. Don't disturb me, I'm digesting my food. And now come to the voluntary actions. Society teaches us to do these voluntary actions with a doership, with an ego, where the ego is a delusion. All actions are done by my sense organs, my body, by my mind, my intellect. I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am none of the sense organs from where this I has come. What to do? You have only to think in your mind that I am not a doer and become aware. How simple it is. The moment we think, I'm not a doer, I become aware. The way I'm not a doer in digesting the food, in breathing, they are essential for survival. You want to be you want to become a number one in the society, I covered last time. But for that, you need the support of these five sense organs, the body, the mind, and the intellect, not the ego. Not the ego. Are you getting it? I'm trying to express that secret of karma yoga in a variety of ways so that it goes into your head and you become aware. It opens up your mind. It purifies the mind. Now I've been saying that, best-selling author. How many people are best-selling authors in this world? So Washington Post gives one list. New York Times gives one list. Amazon gives third list. Find out who is the best-selling author. You see, I have to get rid of that delusion. One example. I'm more beautiful than you. Unnecessary. I can give you 1 million examples. Retired, ex-retired journal. Come on, be a human being. So our masters opens the door. Based on this understanding, it says 4 types of karma must be done. Nitya and then Namitya karma. Nitya and the Namitya karma, they can be grouped into one type of karma. You can say the karma action are done based on the shreyas, what is right and good. I must do it. Even if my mind says I'm not inclined to do it. So what happens? Our master says, what I'm supposed to do, I don't do it. What I like, I always like to do it. Do you like staying on the bed? Yes. I'm not supposed to do. One simple example. Not supposed to do. So by these 2 types of actions, we rise above the society because we are doing karma, what is right and good. We enjoy doing karma in our daily living. And we take this ignorant mind to task. Sometime when we have done something wrong, we are ready to seek forgiveness. We are ready to destroy ego, and to destroy that ego, prayashchitta karma means, today I have said something. I realized, now I become aware when I'm challenging someone that I am a seeker, it is an ignorance. So I should be motivated to intensify my practice to become a qualified seeker rather than leaving a session. You see, that we don't realize. And then the way we see the sun rises in the morning, my sense organ perceives this. We have a day, we have a night, we by the sense organ we see the water in the mirrors. So the fourth type of the karma, can we visualize a highest altar or a highest vision or a highest thought in my mind that I am seeking total freedom and my mind remains focused on that? That is the fourth type of the karma we should always be doing. We'll talk about this. For me to do that altar, my altar is my master all the time, 24 by 7. I related to it. So in your thinking, in your vision, in your mind, you are relating. You may relate to freedom, you may relate to permanent peace, you may relate to anything. You may relate to Jesus. You may relate to Moses. No issue. In order to bring about the change in the mind and the two types of the karma we should not be doing, I have already discussed that. That means the prohibited karma and kamya karma. Any action prompted by ignorance. Prompted by ignorance is the first. Ignorance prompts me to desire, and the desire prompts me to act with an ego, whether seeking the desire for the fruits of an action is going to create unfavorable situations in your life all the time. Whether you believe it or not, you can check it. You want a freedom. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Make your body comfortable. You are settled physically. Who knows it? Mind. How? Well, you can start from the beginning. Never think that you start from again the same thing beginning does not mean that you are a seeker. You are a seeker. You remember them. I gave you one explanation of being comfortable. Look at the neck joint. Mentally, you are aware. Looking means aware. Be there means you continue to be there. Feel, experience, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So, mind is aware. It is asking what is after sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It is only the space inside. You see how the mind starts looking inside, makes you comfortable. So why I am not comfortable? Simple answer. Attachment and detachment, likes and dislikes, causes those impressions. Impression born out of experience. Experience we carry forward since our birth. We continue to repeat the same again and again. We don't know the tool to break it. Shoulder joints, mind is there and aware. Feel and experience sensation, comfort and steadiness. Then looking inside. Space. How simple it is. Not only is simple, it helps me to raise my awareness. The entire body and all the joints of the body, be there, feel, experience. Sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Understand when I'm settled completely, physically, is it not a sense of contentment? Is this contentment depends on anything, any object outside? No. What is the goal of the Eastern wisdom? Contentment is present inside. You get a taste of it in the very beginning by understanding. So be carefree. So can we ask the mind, please settle yourself down completely. And what we are saying, I'm saying that you have to step back. So how to understand that? I have already told you. The birds flying in the sky, we lose awareness of the sky, the container. Maintain the awareness of the sky, the birds are coming and going. Same way the mental sky, the thoughts are coming and going, and you are aware of the mental space. That is the understanding of stepping back. Any thought, good, bad, high, low, what you want to do, what you want to throw out, any thought, any feeling, any images, you are carefree. That means you are stepping back. So see how this meditation works. When you are stepping back, the mind always like to carry forward the millions and trillions of impressions by the feeling and the thought. We say, have this thought. What thought? Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. You're reciting mentally or loudly, whatever the situation and whatever the way you feel. Both are okay. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So we already understand. You pay attention. I'm using chanting the mantra or making a statement in your mind followed by knowing it, following by meaning. Peace is your essential nature. That's the sentence. But here the sentence, may there be well-being for all. So meaning is this, and then we contemplate and reflect. May there be well-being for all. Can I give it? No, that is not the point. I recognize the common point, common aspiration, common desire of all the living species. They are seeking well-being, including me. You see, the thought pattern changes, and that is going to help you to get rid of those impurities of the mind. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. I hope you have done it mentally or loudly, whatever the situation at your location. Meaning, may there be peace for all. You see, we all are seekers of peace and happiness. I should rise to that level of awareness. We are seeking peace and happiness by its discovery. Others are seeking peace by becoming angry, agitated, frustrated. They are also seeking peace. So what will happen to your mind, then how you will respond to the others comes to an action. Okay, he's angry, he's seeking peace by anger. What I have to do? I have not to participate in that. Once that knowledge settles, it goes a long way. What will happen? Your attitude and behavior will change. What is attitude and behavior expressed? It is karma. So you bypass the law of karma. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. You have to contemplate and reflect again and again. Is the tree outside lures you, attracts you, wants you? No. Why? Tree feels the completeness in itself. Do we feel the sense of completeness? No. I'm caught by the law of karma. Yes, I bypass the law of karma. Simple, logical understanding, factual. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. So when you have peace, when you have completeness, when you have a state of well-being, you live from moment to moment. This is the meaning of mindfulness, is living from moment to moment. I've already explained you the three problems that prevents us to become a higher seeker. So that what happens? No, I'm living from a moment to moment. Are you angry? Yes. Are you living in anger from moment to moment? So we have already confusion. That brings a bad example. And bad example frustrates you. Frustration says that I will leave the practice. Simple way to understand. We are understanding how the law of the karma works and how to bring about a change. Let us look inside the heart. Now check again the mind. Look inside the heart in this space and start dropping Om Shanti. Om Shanti in this space. Recheck you are physically centered. And in between the breath is there. Start breathing, quick and short breath. And repeating same again with the subtle understanding and the knowledge behind it so that you remember all the steps, and anytime the law of karma takes over you, you can easily bypass by any one of these steps. Okay, short breathing, body is steady, mind is reciting. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Just your mind says I can continue forever. If that is the point of awareness, do you know? You're a higher seeker. Mind is not posing any objections and reactions and the duality and a conflict. Your mind says, no, I can continue. But if the mind objects and still you persist, that too is being a seeker. You see the difference of two types of a seeker? One does not have any challenge coming from the mind and one is doing Others have a challenge and he persists. He continues. And stop it without waiting. Start breathing deep, silent, and slow. Check your inhalation and exhalation. Gives you some sensation to the belly and the rib cage. We are doing the nyasa only on the spine. Such a simple way to analyze. Teacher will know it, but teacher will never say you that you are a seeker or not. But it will always inspire you to be a seeker. So now in that case, and that becomes, we are relating it to the karma. You have the inhalation and exhalation and awareness of the belly and the rib cage. Are you aware of the inhalation that expands your belly and the rib cage? Contracts your belly and the rib cage during exhalation? Yes. Do you feel that you're breathing? You are settled with the deep silent slow breathing. Mind is not causing any reaction. Body is settled already. That mind can go easily as you inhale. Your mind drops from the crown of the head to the tailbone, and exhalation from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Now you see that, check again. That's a way to understand. Physically, you are settled. Mentally, you are carefree. Energy, the deep silence, slow breathing with the belly and the chest, you are settled. So wherever you are settled, mind will not cause any problem. And then the mind and the breath sinks. That too is okay. What is the last point? Om Shanti. You are singing. Then only you can sing mentally clearly. And what is the meaning of this Om Shanti? Om is the real self symbol. Shanti is peace. So can you recognize that I am in peace? So many people may say, I'm in peace since the first step. Can you imagine what kind of a person he or she is? Shanti. When you are dropping Om Shanti, as if you are dropping into a silence, white, you are settled physically and mentally and with the breath and with the mind. What is left? Deeper inside. To understand it in a very simple and casual manner. When your mind never leaves Om Shanti, it is known as one-pointedness mind, not by effort. There's a difference between a focus in modern psychology and in the Eastern wisdom. I was talking to Sam the other day. Eastern wisdom shows you, not proves logically, but shows you to experience. We are doing the deep silence, slow breath. Now leave it to check if the mind can easily move inside. So you move the mind inside the cave of your heart, singing Om. I told you, mind seemingly stops, you feel it. Drop the Shanti, wait, see, sense of nothingness or emptiness is there. That is what the self-absorption is there. And you are aware. And wait in that peace and the silence. Well, the mind returns again, you do it again. Otherwise, remain in that state of emptiness. Shanti. We are putting lot of very gentle conditions to the mind in the beginning. After that, nothing is required. We are settled comfortably with the body. Mind is carefree. Then we change the direction of the mind by mantra. Oh, we all are seeking a common factor. And that is available within us. And then in a temporary way we say, mind, follow this quick and short breathing with Om Shanti so that don't start following the old ways. Then we went deeper. We are in that state of emptiness. You see how powerful the knowledge is. Nobody moved. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Traditional way to deepen the practice. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. How we articulate our experiences, what happened, good, bad, high, low, doesn't matter. That's why we share our experiences. So bring the mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Terry, you need not to move your hands. You can simply open your eyes, bring the hands down. How are you, Stephen?
Good, thank you. It was a very deep meditation for me. Just going back and rethinking. I know when we started the Sarve Sham, I fell into very deep, empty, peaceful space. Then I know that we came to the fast breathing, and I was very methodical in that, in maintaining and going through the breathing. I realized partway through that breathing that I was so focused in on the breath that I wasn't dropping the Om Shanti. And as soon as I started, I realized and became aware of that, the cadence of my breath just started to pick up, and it was, it was very relaxing and again very peaceful. When we went into the in the slower breathing, I found myself going through the extremes, that the breath was going past the crown of my head and going past my tailbone to where I started feeling this heat sensation on my butt, basically. And I was like, okay. And then when we went into the heart, that was it. I was gone. There was nothing that I remembered other than you starting to chant Om Shanti. So,
beautiful,
thank you.
Beautiful experience. No, you have to articulate. So why you articulate? Because you will be able to keep these thoughts in your head. Otherwise, what kind of thoughts we have all the time in the head? This guy, that guy did, reaction, anger, hesitation, ego. It should become so natural, so natural. One part that I would love to specifically mention that will also help me to modify the lessons. You are doing a quick and fast breath. It is an effortful process. But if the mind dissociates with this effortful process, how? Drop the ego. That is what the Karma Yoga is. Have you ever said that it has been an extremely strenuous to eat my food? Have you ever said this? If you said this, let me know. You see, involuntary. So ego is that character that destroys everything. How are you, David and Jerry? You don't have an ego. Yes, I have a big ego. I will talk about it later. Yes.
Yeah, just really, really peaceful, really deep. After the fast breathing, I couldn't remember a thing. The only thought I had is that I had no thoughts. Or I wasn't observing any thoughts. That's the only thought I think I had during that whole time. It was just very blissful. And to Stephen's point, to your Om Shanti is when I all of a sudden realized it was over.
And that's a beautiful, the entire process went, mind says it appears so fast. So mind is seeking more. That's another expression. It's a beautiful way to express it, that, I'm totally absorbed inside. How are you, Jerry?
So I'm good, thank you. My mind was actively focused, I guess, on the lesson and on everything during the meditation, and during the quick and short breath or the fast breath, I noticed that my mind was very comfortable with the breath, right? So it's not usually I don't think about it, but I noticed David's breath and David's rhythm, and it was interesting because my mind was just like, oh, they were very different, but both perfect, right? Like both perfectly our own breath, right? And our own rhythm. And so then my mind went to the meditation on during Saturday. We had a little discussion about the knowing that we all have the same essential nature, but in the transactional world, we don't always if we have a judgment, or if we have an attachment or a detachment or whatever it may be, then we see that the impurity. And so with the mantra that you do, that always takes us back, the Sarvesham, to the wellness and the peace and the completeness. That gives us a really great way to check in with the impurities and know them so we can work on them.
Yeah, it's a wonderful expression. You see, the waves are different, water is one. So when I think, speak, and act with reference to the wave, I will always find impurity. You can find millions of faults in my speaking different words in English. But we are focused on the essence. So when we are focused on the essence within us and essence within every being, we feel the sense of freedom. Wonderful. How are you, Rakesh?
Thank you, sir. Sir, from the very beginning, it started till the end. It was very deep and no time spent. It seems like there was no time spent.
Yeah, timelessness. Yeah, timelessness. It's a beautiful experience. How are you, Sam?
Good. Experienced complete thoughtlessness.
Complete thought. Yes, we have to live into that state. It's a beautiful. How are you, Samir?
Sir, it was very peaceful, and after the breathing, it became more intense. And my mind went inside, and totally I forgot everything. And only I was just into it.
Very good. Very good. Did you forget your wife?
Sir, she doesn't allow me to forget her.
You made such a beautiful expression, one has to think over it. Sam, you are not lucky. Anyhow, Ashok, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good and peaceful and progressing meditation.
Yes. Peace, I see the peace is oozing out of your face. How are you, Brandy?
I'm also peaceful and relaxed. I did have some distractions outside, and I was really in my meditation, and I thought about how it was kind of symbolic when we're trying to be in the state of peace and happiness as we go throughout the day, and these things that are really beyond our control, compete for that. And so I had to just stay, but it was definitely, like dogs barking and doors slamming and things that were really distracting, but I was able to stay in my meditation.
This, the world will remain as it is. World is not going to change. You are absorbed into meditation, and someone drives rashly, and ultimately you hear a lot of sound. This is definitely going to be there. But can I move my mind from outside to inside without getting the world is attached? And that is the impurity of the mind. How are you, Anastasia?
Thank you. I'm very good. It was deep, and I just wanted to be in this state, absorbed. And something interesting happened with me recently. I've been struggling with nightmares a couple of days, but I wasn't very concerned about this. But the last time when I had a nightmare, I heard a voice during the dream that I'm not experiencer, I'm a seer, I'm a knower of this experience, and my nightmare just disappeared, and I slept very well.
What a beautiful, she receives the instruction even in nightmares. Do you see how impactful? So, did I created an impact? No, you are a seeker. You are a seeker. So in dream you have one nightmare, in the same dream you have another nightmare that I am not an experiencer. Do you see that point? That is how the journey takes place. Beautiful. She's a teacher in another session I have been giving totally free because you all are helping me. So she translates from English to Ukrainian in the group session that we have every Monday from 10 to 11. So because she is also translating, it is helping her. Translation demands contemplation and reflection. It demands, you have to translate, so you have to understand it. Which word? Very good, Anastasia. At this young age, if you are evolving in such a manner, everything is okay in your home?
Do you mean due to the war?
No, inside your home.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Don't explain, openly. So I just wanted to know. How are you? How are you, Terry?
I'm fine. I was sort of floating between the inside world and the outside world, and I was aware of distractions, but also aware of the space and
that's good.
The moments when I can go behind the mind, it's funny, it's like there's no door to that, it's like you sort of just, sometimes it just happens, like the other things just step back and reveal it. So it's like you can't do it on purpose. You have to sort of,
yes,
I don't know,
allow
it to happen. I was trying to go that direction, and I was kind of floating in between the two. So yes. I know I need to do more practice.
More practice, yes, but you are doing much better. Sometimes it just happens. We have to pick up how the mind makes it happen. That is the highest state of mindfulness. So when I recognize how it happens, all the efforts are gone. We'll work on this. That is all for today. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day. Thank you, David. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.